Do you think all Botox is the same and that the price only depends on the number of units? That's one of the most common myths and it can cost you dearly. Today, I'm going to explain you why not all prices mean the same value, how to avoid mediocre results, and how to identify a true quality treatment. Don't take risks. Let's talk about what really determines the price of Botox.
Something very important that patients should know is that Botox is a brand, not the name of the product itself. Botox was the first botulinum toxin approved and marketed in the world, and that's why many people use the word Botox to refer to any toxin, even if it isn't. There are other high-quality brands with scientific backing such as Dysport or Xeomin, which also have clinical studies, health approvals, and proven safety. But there are also unknown products, imitations, Chinese toxins, unregistered brands, clones, or counterfeit products offered at very low prices. These have not undergone safety studies, lack purity and concentration control, and pose a real risk to the patient health. That's why the brand factor also influences the price. Brands approved by health authorities are more expensive because they offer guarantees of quality, safety, and result. Cheap products are often of dubious origin, counterfeit, or may be contaminated due to poor handling. In aesthetics, a clear rule always applies. A toxin that is too cheap is almost never a safe toxin.
Many patients are surprised by the cost of Botox, and that's normal, but the price you see doesn't tell the whole story. First, let's talk about the concept of units. Units are the actual measure of Botox. There are not areas, there are not syringes, there are units, and each unit has a clinical value and an economic value. Today, we are going to go beyond how much it costs and discover why it costs that much. First, I want to tell you a little about how we prepare the product. Botox comes in the form of a micropowder, to which a solution must be added to mix it and be able to inject it. Just like some medications, where it's presented in a powder form and water is added to mix it and take it, Botox is mixed but with a special solution that can be injected. It is not regular water. This will be a tremendous mistake, and I have heard of some cases. The amount of liquid added is what we call dilution. It is important to note the appropriate dilution for aesthetic purposes, as we work with small muscles where we want the product to stay where we inject it and not to move to other areas that we don't want and cause side effects. Yes, professional training, experience, and knowledge of anatomy matter. A highly diluted Botox may not have the desired result. Although each face needs a personalized dose, there are clinical reference ranges based on international consensus. For example, for the area between the eyebrows, what we call the glabella, between 15 to 25 units are required. For the forehead, between 10 and 20 units. For crossfit, between 8 to 16 units per side. Being these three areas the most common areas to treat, but there are many more. These ranges are not a fixed rule. The actual dose depends on the muscle strength, expressiveness, anatomy, and aesthetic goals of each patient. In conclusion, in most places, a large part of the final price of the treatment will be determined by the amount of units you need. This is in a personalized treatment, because no, not everyone needs the same amount of product. Not all injectors are the same. In Mexico, those of us who are trained and authorized to administer Botox are only aesthetic doctors, plastic surgeons, dermatologists, and in special cases, maxillofacial surgeons, as we undergo rigorous training, advanced courses, and understand anatomy, safety, and aesthetics. They're the less regulated providers, in beauty salons, gyms, spas, and even in their living rooms, with minimal or not training, invalid curses, or worse, those who think that by watching someone administer it in a video, they can do it too, putting at risk those who fall in their hands. The experience of the injector directly affects your safety, the naturalness of the results, the duration of the effect, and the likelihood of complications. An experienced professional not only administrates Botox, but designs a result. That level of knowledge has value and does impact the final cost. But how much do you value your health and safety? The price also depends on the location where you receive treatment. In large cities, premium clinics, or high-demand areas, costs tend to be higher due to the cost of renting the office, operational cost, the level of competition, and especially the reputation of the clinic. A clinic in Cancun, New York, or Dubai is not the same as one in a small town. Even the brand and positioning of the clinic can influence the cost of treatment. This does not mean that a treatment has to be expensive just for the sake of it. There are highly professional clinics with very competitive prices. Rather, it is about considering why the price is excessively cheaper in another place compared to those with a great experience and renown. Do you really believe that the person performing the treatment is a medical professional who knows what they are doing and is applying safe and quality products? To make a good investment in Botox and other medical aesthetic treatments, I recommend: look for certified injectors with proven experience. Ask for the cost per unit and the total estimate for your case. Don't be guided by prices that are too cheap. Request a personalized assessment before any application. Prioritize safety and quality over discounts. In the end, a good Botox treatment is not about paying less, it's about achieving a natural, safe, and long-lasting result. If you want a personalized assessment to know how many units you really need and what will be the best strategy for your face, send me a message. Prioritizing quality over price will always give you the better results. I'm Dr. Oscar Regalado, and I'll see you in the next video.